we're taught that as kids, you play to the whistle. But for a linesman at that level to make that mistake in terms of not letting that play go on, 'cause it was... We get frustrated with the linesmen when they don't put the flag up, when it's 5 or 6 yards offside. When it's that tight, you don't put your flag up. That's the way they're taught now. And these officials should be some of the best in Europe, so you shouldn't expect to make that mistake. Somebody should have to answer for that, shouldn't they? Yes. Yes. Shall we bring her in? Christina, Uncle. We're all very excited to speak to you now. What have you got to say about that?
I'm going to kind of disagree with Jamie in the sense that it was only the assistant referee who got this incorrect. Unfortunately, there are 2 officiating errors that occur here. And it's important to note that it is Sané who is the one that is the question of whether or not he was in an offside position and then interfered with the play. Here, he is not in an offside position, so we don't even have to get to the discussion about whether he interfered with play. But we have the first error by the assistant referee in raising that flag, which goes against the direction of holding that flag, especially we're in the attacking phase of play, and it has not yet finished. And then we have the second error by the referee in accepting that recommendation by the assistant referee and blowing his whistle. Instead of saying, thank you, I see you, I'm going to hold my whistle until this play goes out. And this is very surprising. This isn't some of the best in Europe. This is actually would be considered the best in Europe, this Polish trio, having referee Champions League final, having just done the Men's World Cup final. It was a very surprising decision, both by the assistant referee and the referee, which goes to an oversight in detail and attention. At these critical moments, the game is not done until the whistle is finally blown at the end of this match. And unfortunately, this is one of 3 different incidents on this game where there was a overlook of detail from not just this, but prior to the VAR given goal. That was an offside decision on the field. That should not have occurred. And then the second ball on the field. So it was not a good day for the third team today.
It's a very high-stakes game. Should there be some kind of sanctions for something like that, Christina?
So by the sanctions on that is obviously reappointments to higher level games. As I mentioned, this is probably considered one of the best trios in the world, not just in Europe. So it's something that's very surprising to us all on it. And why sanctions, meaning it gets in future considerations for appointments to major tournaments. That's how these types of sanctions occur to these officiating crews.
Okay, Christina.
Christina, well explained.
You don't look happy,
thanks,
Christina. You don't look happy. You okay?
No, I'm not. It's never a good day when the discussion truly is about a clear, critical error by the refereeing crew. As we know, we call these key match incidents game-changing decisions. Terry hit it on the head. Sometimes you still have 90 minutes plus to put the ball in the back of the net. But when you are that final talking point, because you truly have created a game-critical decision, it doesn't sit well, not just only for that officiating crew naturally, but it doesn't sit well for the whole referee community, especially when we have 3 different layers of technology that can prevent us from making these types of mistakes.
Got you. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Christina. Thank you so much.
Christina.
Thank you.
Thanks all.
Well, I've heard that Matthijs de Ligt has actually spoken about the incident. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Yeah, I talked with him because I think we all know the rules. If it's not a clear offside, you have to play. You have to play on. And yeah, I find it a little bit a disgrace that he whistles. Because, yeah, what I say, this is the rule. And like the goal of Rudiger, the goal of Joselu, the second one, it's also almost offside. And he keep playing and he score and they see the video and it's a goal. But why not with us? I think that's impossible and incredible. But yeah, in the end, it's always easy to speak about the referee. And in the end, Madrid won, so they deserve it in the end.
To raise the flag in a situation like this, where you can never be sure that this is offside. To have the balls, to have the guts, to raise the flag in a situation like this is a huge call, and it's a wrong call. The referee has the chance, when he sees that we win the second ball and we win the rebound and we get a shot away within 5 seconds, he has the chance not to whistle. He takes the decision to whistle. It's against every rule, I'm sorry. We accept, we lost, it is what it is, but just that would not have happened on the other side.
Oh. It's a bitter way to go out. You understand his frustration.
1,000,000,000%. My view of it at the time wasn't so much on the linesman, because I've seen it before. I've seen referees doing this, doing that. the big man takes the decision always in. He is the chief. Why do you blow your whistle? Just let it go. You have something that can tell you if there is offside or not. And Christian has said it already. Massive. Just like a pretty woman, huge mistake.
Yeah.
Huge.
No, it is a massive mistake. And what Christina said about, officials at this level are going to be the best, but when she explained these are actually seen as the best.
Sorry, I'm so thrown by you quoting Pretty Woman.
Huge mistake. The bags, remember? Let's say exactly that.
Yeah.
You don't know? Okay, let's go. Let's go back.
You've seen Pretty Woman, haven't you?
Let's go back.
You've threw me a bit there.
Sorry, carry on.
Huge mistake, Big Meeks.
I agree with Tuchel, to be honest. I do.
We're passing the pass.
No, the only thing I probably don't agree with is that, if it was the other team, like in Real Madrid.
On the other side, that's bitterness.
That is a bitterness. But in terms of everything else that he said, he was 100% factual. It's an absolute clanger the referees made tonight, and it's cost them.
As you can imagine, it was fascinating to see every player that passed by. Just see Alessandro Del Piero, thought, "Oh my God!" And Jude seemed like a little kid when he saw you. He was very happy, hugged you, and obviously.
Well, was exhausted, but super happy, of course. Him and many of them that we saw. Also, if we didn't interview them, it was a huge joy for them, even if it's 15 times that they go there, and for some of them more than the first one. But everybody was so happy, including Ancelotti. So it's being a long run for them. It's being a long day and very exhausting. Almost go out and then again catch the last breath in order to draw and then win the game. So. It's exhausting for everybody and tiring for everybody, including the referees, for sure. But I agree with you guys, that mistake was huge. Those two mistakes was huge.
You spoke to Rudiger as well, and again, there was no talk of tactics, was there? It was all about reactions on the pitch, and you made a very interesting point about what you feel at that point when things seem away from you. You still have got the faith that something can happen. That's Real Madrid mentality. He's got it, hasn't he?
Yeah, and we spoke not about tactics or other things, but something more important that we maybe don't discuss too much, about energy, about feeling, about circumstances, about effort, about team building, and about all these things that are, TT and of course the guys on the studio knows about that. If you want to win, you need to have great players for sure, champions for sure, but great man. And when you speak with Rudiger, you can feel it.
And then finally we saw